Thank you. The chair now recognizes Senator Husted for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to thank you, Administrator Loeffler, for being here today. Thank you very much. I know that you have been traveling the country on the America Manufacturing Initiative and Made in America. I always say, as a representative of Ohio, that you can't do Made in America without Made in Ohio, although my friends from Indiana would feel the same way, right? We're such a big part of the supply chain for our economic and national security, because you have to make it here. You have to be able to make it here in times of crisis if we're going to secure our national security and provide for our economic security. And I will also mention that as I've been talking to Ohio manufacturers, particularly small businesses, they raise this in the context of China and tariffs, that they have no recourse if their items are, if their patents are violated, if their products are stolen, and that's something that I know that you and led by President Trump care a lot about, and so I would encourage you to continue to be a strong voice for that. But I will want to touch on the 7A loan program. As I have learned, as I look at manufacturing, I've learned that a lot of small manufacturers over the course of the Biden administration saw that fewer loans were being made in that sector. Saw a drop of nearly 2% in the number of loans that were given to manufacturers. Manufacturers, in my experience, need the loans almost as much as anybody because of the capital cost involved in manufacturing, particularly with the new technologies in the additive manufacturing space. Super important for them to be able to finance the new technologies that will add to manufacturing. Just your thoughts on that program, and then anything that you might want to share that you've learned from your tour in the space that I've talked about as you've been traveling the country.
Absolutely. Thank you, Senator, and I look forward to visiting manufacturers in Ohio.
And we want you to come see us. Great.
Of course. Well, first of all, the data that we have on our manufacturing loans, both for 7A and for 504, demonstrate that there is great demand and growth in manufacturing loans. And we've seen a 74% increase in the 7A loan program relative to President Biden's first 100 days. We've seen a 38% increase overall in the 504 and 7A loans combined. And where we've had conversations with both lenders and our manufacturers is that the loan limits make the loans less attractive. Like the limit of $5 million has represented a somewhat artificially low cap now about 15 years after the last increase was made. So providing the $10 million loan cap will help us attract more manufacturing loans to provide more capital. I've talked to manufacturers that have already identified the equipment and the workforce that they're going to hire once they can expand the access to capital, and as well have the access, have the certainty of the tax bill that's in Congress right now. So we feel that manufacturing is spring-loaded in America. We see manufacturers extremely bullish on the opportunities. They've heard from, as I've gone around this country, they've heard from domestic contacts and international contacts that more people want made in America. And so we see tremendous need for workforce as well. And that's been an effort that, following the conversations we've had with manufacturers, is that we've ramped up our focus on a skilled workforce. I've visited several technical schools, career academies, and seen the great work going on there, the type of training, whether it's CNC machines or welding or HVAC and the like. The tremendous skilled workforce that we have coming in the pipeline is exciting. It's not just a focus on STEM, but it's on building things. It's making manufacturing a hot industry. As my friend Ann calls it, a new collar boom, which means we're integrating technology with manufacturing. And we see tremendous demand for those jobs, and it's a great path and really addresses the challenge we've had in the last 30, 40 years where our working communities have been just hollowed out and decimated due to the loss of those jobs. We're going to rebuild those in this country, and I think the SBA is going to be a part of that.
Yeah, I would just, in closing, share with you on the workforce side of things that we are seeing a resurgence in this country of more high school students graduating career ready through the tech schools, through career tech education in their classrooms, and through apprenticeships, a growing desire for more students to see that as a more cost-effective pathway into the workforce. But I also caution that in a lot of states we have a demographic problem, that we literally have more people between the ages of 55 and 64 than we do between 15 and 24, which means that we're going to have to be great at this if we're going to supply that high-tech workforce and manufacturing workforce for the future.
Absolutely, and we'll be focused on training and retraining as well, because we know that there's a great skilled workforce out there that is ready to get back to work, so we'll be focused on that. Thank you,
Great.
Senator.
Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.